Good morning, everybody. Myself, Amjit Farooq. Uh, I'm starting the group presentation. Our group presentation topic is enhancing the growth and sustainability of India's SME sector, challenges, opportunities, and strategic recommendation. First of all, I will introduce our group presentation topic. Today, I will be talking about one of the most important challenges facing India right now: how to balance high economic growth with meaningful poverty reduction, especially in rural areas. No, this is not a new issue, but it's one that's becoming more urgent as the economy grows faster than ever before. So the big question is this: how can India reduce poverty while keeping its GDP growth sustainable and inclusive? Now let's take a closer look at one of the key player in this story, small and medium enterprises or SMEs. These businesses contribute a massive 30% of 30% to India GDP and provide jobs to around 120 million people. But despite their importance, SMEs are struggling. They face limited access to finance, poor digital infrastructure, and a lack of skilled labor. There's a big roadblock to progress. And it's not just about economics, social barriers like gender gaps in education and the low participation of women in the workforce are also holding the country back. These factors hurt both productivity and innovation. So, what's the goal of this board? Well, we are looking at the impact of government reforms on things like SME development, access to finance, and education, and how these policies affect both GDP growth and poverty levels. We will also be drawing lessons from countries like Vietnam, Rwanda, and China, who have faced similar issues and managed to create meaningful change. The approach here is practical. We'll apply management theories, use real data, and build a recommendation that could actually work for India. Yeah, the next one is the context. Yeah, let's set the stage a little more. India's GDP has been growing at around 6 to 7% a year. That's impressive. But there is the issue that growth has not translated into a real drop in poverty, especially in rural areas where education levels are low and job opportunities are scarce. So the challenges is not just growth, it's inclusive growth. We need to make sure the benefits are reaching everyone. That's where SMEs come back into the picture. They could be the bridge between growth and poverty or reduction. But only if we address their key challenges: access to credit, skill gaps, and gender barriers. This report is designed as a policy advisory, something that could guide ministries and decision makers. We will bring in the international examples and management framework to support our analysis. We are not just stating the problem, we are looking at what actually works. Yeah, that's all from my end. And next, I will invite my next colleague, Mr. Osman. Please continue your presentation topic. Over to you, Mr. Osman Ali.
Thank you, Amjad Farooq, for your presentation. Um, Good morning, everyone. My name is Usman Ali, and today I will be talking about my presentation topic. key data points. So in this slide, I will be explain the data. Here's some of the evidence that support our analysis. The first one is GDP growth is strong, but more than 10% of the population still live in extreme poverty, World Bank 2023. And the second one, India has around 63 million SME contributing 30% of the GDP and employing about 40% of the workforce. Ministry of MSME 2022. The third one is, however, these SME face a huge challenge, a huge credit gap estimated up to $530 billion IFC 2022. Gender inequality is the another huge hurdle. Only 24% of women are in the labor force and just 19% of the SME are women led. UNDP 2021 and ILO 2022. And when we talk and when we look at country like Vietnam and Rwanda, we see that a targeted SME supported like digital tools, tax benefit, and skill training has driving both growth and poverty reduction. OECD 2021. Framework and theory. So I will be discuss about the two main theory. To make sense of all this, we use two main framework. The first one is Porter Diamond model, which help us look at how different factors like the business environment, supply condition, demand, and competition affect the success of SME. And the second one is sense capability approach, which focuses on empowering individual, especially women and marginalized group by improving their access to education, healthcare, and economic activity. Together, these models help us to understand both the economic and human inside of the challenges. Next slide, please. In this slide, I will be talking about discussion of potential. What could you work solution? So let's talk about the solution. We looked a few potential way forward. The first one is program like Mudra and Stand Up India are promising, but their efficiency need work. The second one is Vietnam and Malaysia have seen a success by supporting SME, and the third SME digitalization leading 10% annual growth SME cases, and Rwanda skill training program and especially targeted women, and this lead to more SME being formed and more people getting jobs. And it's not just about status. We also looked interviews with SME owners and data from the NSSO, which add a human voice to the number. So it's all about my presentation. And now, next, I wanted to call Danish Kalim Ahmed. to continue the remaining presentation.
Thank you, Usman Ali, for inviting me. I am Tanjkrim Ahmed. Today, I will discuss about SWOT and pastel analysis. Uh, we also ran a quick SWOT analysis. Here's the summary. Number one, strength. Number two, weaknesses. Number three, opportunities. And number four, threats. First of all, we will talk about strengths, a huge domestic market and growing digital adoption. Number two, weaknesses, weak financing options and poor infrastructure, especially in rural areas. And number three, opportunities, e-commerce, digital platforms, and government initiatives. These are opportunities. And the number four is threats, global competition, and environmental responsibilities that SMEs are not ready for. And the pestle analysis, now we will talk about this. In the pestle analysis, political and legal challenges stood out, like inconsistent policy execution and complex taxation for small businesses. In the next slide, we will discuss about global comparisons, what we can learn from global comparisons. So we then compared India's SME policies with those in Vietnam, Mongolia, and Bangladesh. So the number one is Vietnam. In Vietnam, Vietnam's SME clusters in rural areas could be adapted to Indian regions. And the second one is Mongolia. Mongolia's use of microfinance, inspired by the Grameen Bank model, offers lesson in financial inclusion. The last one is Bangladesh, and while India has strong initiative like Digital India and Startup India, these often don't reach the rural SMEs that need them most. In the next slide, there is recommendations. Next slide, please. Yeah, and there is recommendations, short term and long term. In short term, the time period is 1 year to 3 years, and in long term, the time is 4 years to 10 years. What can India do both in short term and over the next decade, long term? So first of all, we will talk about the short term. In the short term, 1 year to 3 years, the number one, launch smart grants, digitally equipped rural zones to support entrepreneurship. The number two is establish a women's entrepreneurial fund to for access to credit and training. Number three is partner vocational training centers with e-commerce platforms through a skill plus sell program. And now we will talk about next decade, which is long term, 4 years to 11 years, 10 years. Uh, the first one is build a national SME digital dashboard to track rural SME performance and drive policy decisions. Number two, implement a national gender equity policy, and we can call it NGE policy to promote women in SMEs. The last one is expand entrepreneurship education in school to equip future generation. When we expand entrepreneurship education in school, uh, the future generation will learn more. So this is all about from my side. Now I will invite Mr. Mubin Hassan to discuss. more about our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Danish, for inviting me. Hi, my name is Mubin Hassan. I would like to tell you about the conclusion of our presentation. To wrap up the conclusions, here's some key points of conclusions like financial barriers, especially in rural areas, are still the biggest roadblocks for SMEs. And the second one is digital and social exclusion, particularly affecting women, limits the sector's full potential. And the third one, while flagship programs like Make in India are powerful, they need to better reach the grassroots level. And the fourth one, and though global models like Vietnam or Bangladesh are useful, India needs regionally tailored solutions. So these are our conclusions. To wrap up this conclusion, you can see the financial barriers and the affecting women's limits the sector's full potential. So if we go further to the next slide, you can see the future concerns. So looking forward, here's what we need to focus on. So set up our rural BPOs to create jobs and bring SMEs into digital commerce. Number second, to develop specialized financial services like microloans with government backing for rural businesses. And the third one is to provide skill trainings for women and unskilled workers. And the fourth one, finally, improve policies that directly targeted female entrepreneurship with real measurable sports. So if we talk about future concerns, so we need to be focused on rural BPOs, special finalized services like microloans with government backings, and provide skill trainings and target female entrepreneurship. So these are our future concerns of presentation. So if we go further to the next slides, so you can see the risks and external factors. Of course, there are the risks. They are include political instability, which can delay or derail implementations, culture resistance to women in businesses, the impact of artificial intelligence and automation on traditional SMEs models, and legal and bureaucratic hurdles that need simplifying. So there are the risks and external factors. These including political instability, which can delay or derail implementations, culture resistance to women in businesses, the impact of artificial intelligence and automation on traditional SMEs models, and legal bureaucratic hurdles that need simplifying. So externally, climate change, consumer behavior, and international trade disruptions are also pushing SMEs to evolve. The COVID-19 pandemic already showed us the need to adopt and fast. So if we talk about risks and external factors, so these are the risks and external factors of our topics. So if I go to the next slide, so you can see the outside disruptions and global dates. So to conclude our presentations, India's future economic success is closely tied to how well we support SMEs. So empower women and bridge the rural urban divided. So if we get it right, we won't just grow the economy, we will uplift the lives. So in the outside disruptions and global dates, so we can empower women and bridge the rural urban divided. So if we get it right, we won't just grow the economy, we will uplift the lives. So this so in the next slide, you can see the references of our topics. So here is the all references we can use in our presentations. So this is all from my end and from my team. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Danish, for your time. You all performed very well. Mr. Osman Ali, Danish
Thank
Karim,
you.
and Mubin Hassan.
Thank
That's
Thank you
the
very
end of the.
much, Andrew.
Yeah, you welcome. That's our end of our group presentation. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.